We are talking about one of the most contemporary debates in philosophy. It's a debate, it's a discussion, it's all of these things. And this is about mind independence versus mind dependence. You may have heard the terms. And so, what is a mind? What is mind independence, mind dependence? Well, when we think of how we imagine things to be and what we take knowledge to be, philosophers argue whether or not these are sort of based on how we conceive of the world, right? If I see the color red, is this just based on me experiencing the color red? And so, what's the big deal or sort of hubbubaloo about all of this stuff? Well, it's interesting because, a perfect example to create this dichotomy is I can say that, well, okay, so I've studied physics in my spare time. And so I believe there's two different conceptions of physics. One is the way I see physics, it's the way I see the institutions of science, it's the way I understand equations. And the other, which is mind independent, where the first is mind dependent, is that I imagine that there are photons in the universe. And if the standard model gets photons a little bit wrong, or if I talk about it funny, then these are mind dependent problems. But this doesn't change that there is actually a photon out in the universe. It is independent of the way I conceive of it. And so, there's a few arguments around this that are sort of fun or interesting to consider. One is it seems almost punitive to say that, well, everything is based on experience, and so every factor, all knowledge is mind dependent. Why is this? Well, if I believe in mind independence or I want to explore the idea, I might say that, well, humans have considered things in themselves for a long time. It was the case that, it's not just big fancy science things, but we have innovated and discovered and created things in society, in art, in culture, all kinds of things, these sort of things that emerge into reality. And so I want to understand how people do that. I want how people justify and understand things a layer deeper, a layer beyond. And I believe these are mind independent things that we just intuitively do all the time. On the flip side of this, we can just say that it's also really difficult to talk about mind independent reality. Kind of splitting the difference a little bit and saying, well, as it turns out, mind dependence is capable of so much that it discovers physics. And so why do we really break the line that we